Welcome back to Bareback Podcast. I'm your host. So, a lot of niggas beginning to do their wake up call lately. Fresh and Fit got their wake up call. Lizzo got her wake up call. Everybody began check lately. Thing people fail to realize is you cannot sell out because no matter how much money they give you, it's not worth it. Because at the end, you're broke and your legacy is tarnished. Let's get into it. So, as of lately, this coon ass motherfucking right-wing version of John Lewis, right? Who didn't march in Selma and get his ass whipped at all. He's not with the marching. He's with the. So what he is. He's a conservative. This motherfucker thinks he's a MAGA guy.
Arthur Godfrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. Why are you running for president?
Well, I'm running as an America First MAGA guy, and we have an America First MAGA guy running, obviously. So the question is, what do you bring to the table?
You say MAGA.
MAGA.
Okay.
And
Is when the fuck was ever America great for Black Americans? Let's say the 1400s. I mean, when the Black Moors brung Columbus to here, probably was good then. Let's say the 1600s when they brought the first slaves here, couldn't have been that good. 1700s with the Civil War, where we fought, didn't get our freedom, wasn't that good. We made America fucking independent. We made it a country, wasn't that good. The 1800s, slavery was fucking crazy. The peak of slavery wasn't that good. Reconstruction, the 1860s, awful. I mean, our best years for America, the Black Americans, is during Reconstruction. Even though we had, Ku Klux Klan taking our shit, burning our shit down. Government turned on us, from when Andrew Johnson after Lincoln got killed, when the government took the motherfucking soldiers out and let the fucking conservatives get their land back, when we lost 20 million acres, wasn't that good for us? Let's say the 1920s, when they had Jim Crow and shit first started, up into the 60s, wasn't that good for us? When they had fucking black laws, let's go to the 60s. When we was fucking rioting, when they gave us civil rights. But this is what people think racism died in the fucking 60s because Martin Luther King didn't get us nothing. Let's be clear. It was people fucking burning shit down, destroying fucking cities. White people were scared as fuck. The government was scared as fuck. LBJ was scared as fuck. You know what I mean? We earned everything we got. We earned. It wasn't because of no fucking civil rights. Civil rights is a fucking lie. And it's a Pandora's box because they gave us civil rights, but they gave us a bunch of shit in between it. Like they gave us, citizenship, the right to vote and all that shit. The women's rights came, then gay rights came with it, the immigrant rights came with it, and everybody benefited from it. Affirmative action, all the immigrants benefited, all the Asians benefited from it, all the fucking Hispanics benefited from it. So let's go to fucking 1970s, right? Okay, 1970. They had us in heroin, and we fresh from a motherfucking, the Vietnam War. Men are shell-shocked, unemployed. Shit is garbage. So let's go back to the 1980s. They gave us fucking crack. Oh, and let's not forget HIV and AIDS. They gave us HIV and AIDS in the 80s. It was fucking, that's like the fucking Hiroshima of the black community. That shit just bombed everything. That's when it's cooking that shit with ether. It wasn't no motherfucking freebase. I mean, it was freebase at first, but the ether shit was something different than what we have today. Let's go to the 90s. Mass incarceration. Okay, let's go to the thousands. The crack babies are teenagers now. They fathers are fucked up because in the 90s, you locked them all up. In the 80s, you got them all fucking addicted to crack cocaine. In the fucking 70s, you got them on heroin. In the 60s, you fucking kicked them out of their fucking house with these fucking initiatives to fucking break the black family. And along with feminism. Okay, let's go to the fucking 2010s. You got everybody hooked on motherfucking fentanyl. Like, I don't get it. Like, when was America ever great? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you a MAGA first American guy? How the fuck are you? First of all, see, this is the thing about black Americans. You cannot be a Democrat. You can't be a fucking Republican because none of that conservative. That is the system. What is the system? The system is white supremacy. It don't matter what side dishes out rules or laws. It's all the system. It's all white supremacy, where whites get the best of the best. the best lands, the best deals, the best taxes. We get nothing. We get the worst of everything. Every time there's a law passed, motherfucker, we get the brunt of it. The war on poverty is a war on us. The war on drugs is a war on us. So how the fuck is this? That's what I'm saying. This coon ass nigga is really acting as if he has any. See, white people. This is the thing about this. So this is the thing about Republicans. I'm seeing now. So the Republicans are recruiting. They're recruiting coons. What coons? Black American coons. Caribbean coons. They love Caribbean coons. Latino coons. They love Latino coons. Latino coons go the hardest. They're the next in line to be white. Asian coons, especially Indians. Indians are they fight the fucking Latinos and the fucking Chinese, Japanese, Orientals. These niggas are fucking. These are the top tier coons because these are the coons that they put as, you know, the model minority, motherfucker. These are the model minorities. These are king of the coons. So everyone is a coon who is not white. Now let's define white. White is Anglo-Saxon. It ain't Italian. Italian is not white. Irish is not white. Now you thinking white is a skin color. White is not a skin color, you fucking idiot. White is white is access. White is a status. White is a caste system. It's not about race. It's about caste system. It's the fact that only we are the ones that's judged by our race because that's a permanent mark that they don't want in a caste system identified about flesh. But anybody can be, even light-skinned people can pass for white. Anybody could be white.
The number one social problem in America, by far, is the epidemic not of COVID, but of fatherlessness.
The number one issue of America is not COVID, and it's not fatherism or fatherhood and that shit. It is white supremacy. White supremacy broke the black household. How? First with black laws, Jim Crow, vagrant laws, crack, dope. They invented guns. They put guns in the community, mass incarceration. They fucking put us in poverty. They put us in the projects. They took the jobs from us. They fucking let immigrants come in. All these things play a part in the why there are no fathers in a home. Mostly because y'all put them in prison. Mostly because the system, there are many systems. No, there are many systems. White supremacy is a system. Now the system has branches. You have a music branch, entertainment branch, you have an education branch, you have a housing branch, you have a judicial branch. Like white supremacy is the whole system is white supremacy, but it's departments. And certain departments intertwine with other certain departments to cause a certain effect. As you know, music and Hollywood plays a part in the mind. This is MK Ultra. The music they promote, the music, even though we invented hip hop music, we don't control hip hop music. So what they show on TV, what they play on the radio is constantly in our conscious and is making us act differently. It's making us think differently. So if you change the way somebody think, you'll be changing their behavior. This all plays a part into single motherhood, and absent fathers, along with the drugs, along with the fucking prisons, along with the mass incarceration, along with the prejudice system, along with them killing us by the police, along with them framing us, along with them motherfucking, everything they do plays a part in the why they're fucking, see, he's talking about the effects, but not the causes, because it's cause and effects. Okay, all right, so if black fathers are absent fathers, which is the myth anyway, because we're the best fathers, we're the best. Black Americans are the best fathers. But if black fathers are absent, why? What caused them to be absent? Because first out of slavery, we was at 70%. Whites was at 30%. The 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. Up until that gave black women feminism and welfare and heroin and crack and mass incarceration. Those things are the reason why fathers are fucking absent. It ain't because it's our nature.
70% of black kids today enter the world without a father in the home, married to the mother, up from 25% back in 1965.
And what does that matter? What if the father have his own crib? People acting like as if it's because the dad's not in the home doesn't like it means they don't have a dad or they don't have a granddad or an uncle or like we don't have fucking family. You don't always need a dad in the house. A dad can have his own house. A dad can live around the corner. A dad can be a phone call away. A dad could live somewhere else and pick his son up every day from school. A dad, this same bullshit. Conservatives and Democrats perpetuate white stereotypes and white talking points. They don't think logically. And we talk logically to them, we show them evidence, they deny it. I don't believe that. Oh, I can show you a different source. Or some old bullshit just that because it don't fit their narratives. These motherfuckers is clowns. Fucking clown. I hate these motherfuckers. He's a fucking idiot, my nigga. Like, of course you're not gonna be fucking president. We don't fuck with you. Like, you have no black American support. You think you'll get white support? You're valueless without us. All coons are valueless without black American support. Because you can't persuade us to do nothing. We don't rock with you. See, they only use you to talk against us. If they have no dog in a fight, they'll buy a dog. You're the dog, motherfucker. So you they dog in our fight. You fighting your own fight for them. You fucking idiot.
The world today without a father in the home married to the mother. And the stats are clear. Even Barack Obama once cited them. If you're raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. What's happened? In the mid-'60s, with I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty.
This Lyndon Johnson?
Prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there than there are white folks.
Who called black Americans niggers? This Lyndon Johnson. Fucking idiot. I learned something about this YouTube thing. Value in calling yourself a black American conservative or a black Democrat. There's values in that. I mean, at least white value and coon validation. White people eat that shit up. Call yourself a motherfucking conservative. White people give you a fucking 4 million motherfucking subscribers. Be a liberal, you get fucking 4 million subscribers. So either way, it's value in that shit, but fuck both sides. But it's no value being in the middle and being independent. Black Americans, let's say, democracy is a ping pong match, right? But the competitors are friends. We are the fucking ball, but we have no investment in the game. Because when they both leave and we're still on the fucking table. We are the table they're fighting over. But yet you want to choose a side. The coons are worse than the fucking immigrants. You know what's crazy is? I don't know who would I vote for? Because this is what they do. This election system has always been kind of rigged. They would give you somebody so fucking bad that the person you want to vote for, you don't like them anyway, but they give you somebody so bad, you'll run to this person. Joe Biden is so bad, we are running to Trump. Black Americans fuck with Trump. I didn't see this coming, but Trump kind of always fuck with black Americans, historically. And let's keep in mind, my nigga, everybody's a little racist. We gotta be honest, everybody's a little racist. I mean, black Americans can't be racist because we have no control, no power. Even if you put us in the position to be racist, we won't be racist. That's not in our DNA, it's not in our program. But whites are racist, no matter how cool they are. I don't care if they had kids by you. The motherfuckers is racist somewhere, somehow. Even if you best friends with somebody white, the motherfuckers racist somewhere. The stereotypes come out. It all comes out. Latinos are fucking kind of racist, even though they think they grew up with us and they share our culture and shit. They still have racist point of views. We stereotype people, but we don't have racism. Like, we are honorable people, my nigga. Like, we stereotype, we joke, but we are honorable people. Everybody's not honorable.
Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since then, we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivize men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility.
He said Democrats incentivize black women, to leave their husbands and shit, leave their man. Motherfucker, white supremacists did it, motherfucker. It ain't Democrats. I don't care what you call a white supremacist. Motherfucker, you call him a Democrat, you call him a Republican, you call him a motherfucking... He's talking as if Democrats are not racist or they're not white supremacists. He's talking the same with Republicans, like Republicans are not racist. The Republicans, the Democrats, nigga, it's all white supremacy. One body, 2 arms of it. White supremacy is the fucking body. Left and right is just fucking arms of it. Let's be clear.
When I say this to people, the pushback I get is, there are lots of things that are going on, systemic racism, poverty.
Nigga, systematic racism and poverty is going on. It never stopped going on. The fuck is you talking about? A lot of people. Motherfucker, when did it stop? Do people in fucking Flint, Michigan ever get water?
70% of black kids today enter the world without a father in the home, married to the mother, up from 25% back in 1965. Now 25% of white kids enter the world today without a father in the home, married to the mother. And the stats are clear. Even Barack Obama once cited them.
Who gives the fuck what Barack Obama say? He's not black American. Who gives the fuck what he quotes? Even Barack Obama's. Who gives a fuck what Barack Obama? Who gives a fuck about Obama? You got us fucked up. Obama wasn't raised with a fucking dad, and he did fucking fine. How would he know? It's not about being raised with a dad. It's about being raised in poverty. It's about being raised with no options, no opportunities. That's when you go to jail, because you're desperate. Only desperate people go to jail. Oh yeah, innocent black people go to jail all the time. Even innocent black children. Only ignorant people go to jail. So you keep us desperate and ignorant. So you keep us desperate in bad conditions, and then we don't own that property. So our schools are fucked up. If our schools fucked up, we ain't getting no good jobs because that left with white flight, or the factory jobs left with white flight. We don't get office jobs because they made it so fucking hard that we don't go to Harvard, Yale, or Princeton. We don't become in higher ranks in these businesses. Who the fuck got time for school when we're trying to eat today? Sometimes we don't have the leisure to go to school. Sometimes we gotta eat. We gotta find something to eat right now. We need clothes right now. We gotta pay bills right now. That's what you're not saying. See, it's not fatherless homes. It's fucking poverty. Poverty made and designed, orchestrated by white supremacists, Republicans and Democrats. Fucking coon.
If you're raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. What's happened? In the mid-'60s, with I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since
the war on poverty meant the war on blacks. The war on blacks. That's when he gave welfare to fucking black women to incentivize them to kick us out of the fucking houses, to incentivize fucking single mothers. And not only that came, but at the same time, feminism came. Let's not get it twisted and fucked up. See, he's not saying the whole truth. He's saying partial truths. But a partial truth is a fucking lie. When you intentionally telling a half truth, you intentionally painting a picture lying. That's fucking lying. You're changing the narrative by telling the half truth.
With I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since then, we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility.
Black men do not abandon their financial responsibility. We don't abandon our kids and our families. If you incentivize the women to get education and get a better job and don't give a shit, the woman shits on us. They tend to push us away. They tend to say, you ain't shit. I could do better. I need a boss. I'm a boss bitch. That's where all this comes from. It started in the fucking 60s when the government, LBJ, gave the war on poverty, which is the war on black men. So, okay. We are going to be murdered 13. So we have a higher percentage of being murdered. But this is going to keep in mind. So the density of a city in poverty is about fucking 20 times more dense than a fucking rural or the suburb community. You put more fucking people. And we have a higher rate of not finding a job. We have a higher rate of not getting education. We have a higher rate of hostility. Because keep in mind, too, we so used to being abused and oppressed. Since the inception of this country, we have a lot on our fucking chest. We have a lot of pride. And since y'all made our fucking fathers leave by incentivizing, welfare and public housing, that we are fucking emotional. We act like bitch ass niggas because we was raised by bitches, single mothers who made fucking dumb decisions. So we have nothing to do but sit around and be fucking tough and act out our emotions and act out the things y'all put on our TV screens and on our radio waves. Menace to Society, Tupac, DMX. And that's my generation. I'm from a violent generation. This generation is probably more violent. In fact, this is violent because we had to buy guns illegally. These motherfuckers getting guns illegally, and they on cocaine and perks because y'all allow on the airwave for kids to hear fucking Percocet music, cocaine music, lean music. You got these kids on fucking drugs. It's a whole new epidemic that y'all ain't calling an epidemic. Y'all ain't calling it an epidemic, but y'all call fucking the heroin and the fentanyl epidemic because white people on it. White people gonna do lean too. Anything y'all do to us, it bleeds over. You fucking idiot. This guy's a fucking idiot, yo. He need to go croak. Him and Joe Biden need to go croak. Go fucking croak. Go croak.
Then we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. When I say this to people, the pushback I get is, well, there are lots of things that are going on, systemic racism, poverty. Here's the problem. If you look at a young black male aged 10 to 43, that's young to me because I'm 71 years old. A young black man in that demo is 13 times more likely to be murdered than a young white man, same demo. Young black man, real young, 19 and under, the number one cause of preventable death is homicide, almost always at the hands of another young black male. Same demo for whites, the number one cause of preventable death is unintentional deaths. That includes drug overdoses, automobile accidents, drownings. It's not until they get to number 4 that death is the cause. In America, 60% of the
black males do not invent guns. We did not invent knives. We did not invent violence. So before the Great Migration, none of this was happening. What was happening was it was the Italian wars, the Irish wars, the Jewish wars in the cities. We came from the south to the cities. We saw that. We learned all this gang banging and this drug dealing from the bootleggers and the mafia and the Italians and the Jews who the government incentivized to leave with white flight. They gave them the suburbs during the New Deal. When they gave us nothing, when they locked us out. Even if whites couldn't fucking afford the fucking suburbs, they still gave them the houses because they set something up so that the whites couldn't fail.
The start of the Great Depression. Home construction plummeted by 92%. By 1933, 1,000 homes went into foreclosure every day. To stop the flood of foreclosures, Congress created the Homeowners Loan Corporation. The HOLC revolutionized the mortgage industry by introducing the practical, long-term amortized loan. Previously, home loans required 50% down with a term of only 5 years, and the bank making the loan bore all the risk. These new loans required a much smaller down payment, and the term stretched from 5 years to 20 or 30 years. Plus, they were backed by the U.S. government should the homeowner fail to make payments.
Homeownership is the basis of a happy, contented family life. And now, through the use of a National Housing Act insured mortgage, is brought within the reach of all citizens on a monthly payment plan no greater than rent.
Nearly 1 million loans were refinanced. Homeownership was within reach of the average American. Between 1940 and 1970, 72 million Americans became new homeowners.
And they gave us nothing. We had nothing but our fucking bootstraps the whole time. And every time we built something, they destroyed it. Every time we invented something, they fucking took it. All these fucking trucks in a row fucking pushing food around the whole country, invented by a black man. But yet, we got to apply to get jobs for these white companies. That should be a black company. This is why, motherfucker, there's so much poverty, because everything we get, y'all take from us. Y'all use us for everything. Everything. Y'all turn everything we do into a fucking industry that we have to pay for. Shit is crazy.
For whites, the number one cause of preventable death is unintentional deaths. That includes drug overdoses. Same demo for whites, the number one cause of preventable death is unintentional deaths. That includes drug overdoses, automobile accidents, drownings. It's not until they get to number 4 that death is the cause.
Because they fucking crackheads. And they drunk drivers. But what I notice you're not going to say is the highest pedophiles, 90%. The highest motherfuckers who own fucking child porn, bestiality, fucking rapes, serial killers. All these real fucking crimes are fucking white people at 90-85%. We don't do weird shit. Yes, we might kill. White people kill too. Y'all don't count the wars y'all do. Y'all don't count Ukraine. Oh, y'all don't count the white people don't count the massacres they did to us. They don't count white on so there is more white on black crime historically than it is fucking black on black crime and black on white crime. Y'all slaved us, y'all killed us, y'all murdered us, y'all raped us. We did none of that shit. You can't even compare crime. Civil War, White War, Revolutionary War, Cold War, Vietnam War. All the wars involve white people. Africans don't fucking go to war. They had tribal wars, but nobody raised war in the world but white people. Y'all don't count that as crime? Because y'all say it's a law, it's not a crime. When you kill somebody, it's still a fucking crime. You drop a bomb on somebody, it's still a fucking crime. Oh, let's talk about the murders y'all do in the hospitals. How the fuck is it that more fucking little black babies are being killed as opposed to fucking white babies, and white women need fucking Rogaine shots because they Rh negative or Rh positive. One of them Rhs, they have an animal gene that their DNA, their fucking bodies fight off the fucking fetus because it's a germ, because it's not natural for them to have fucking babies. But yet, y'all kill us with fucking abortions, 20, 60, 70 million black abortions. Is that not a fucking crime? Y'all don't call that a fucking crime? We got falsely accused of shit. And not to mention, 50% of all the people who do crime now are black Americans. People who are exonerated, 50% of them are black men. Ain't no telling how many innocent black men are in jail. And when y'all count crime, y'all count the immigrants. Y'all count Jamaicans as black crime. Haitians as black crime. Motherfucking Afro-Latinos and Africans and all these other fucking people who do crimes. You act like that's art. Don't put that with us. Nah. Our statistics are lower than which I counted for, because in reality of it is, we do less crime, but y'all count more people, crimes with ours. It's fucking rigged. Who do the most suicide? Is suicide not a fucking crime? White people always killing them fucking selves. Guns, they hang themselves, they drown themselves, they do all types of shit. Is that you're not counting them statistics? Count that as crime. How about white collar crimes? When trillions are being stolen, when billions are being stolen, what about those crimes? Those don't count? Are those honorable crimes? No, those are racist crimes, because blacks don't get to reach them fucking heights and be in a position to do that shit. And y'all get them slaps on the wrist. They don't even go to prison. They go to fucking camps. How about pedophile rings? You talk about fucking pedophile rings, do you? How many black pedophile rings do we fucking have? We have fucking none. But yet we the fucking criminals. Fucking coon.
In America, 60% of the shootings, the robberies, and the homicides are committed by black people, often against other black people. Of the homicides in this country, half of them are black victims, almost all killed by other blacks. How do you explain that?
Easy. We explain it by this, motherfucker. White people designed it that way. They brainwash us. They put us in poverty. They put us in close proximity. They make us angry. We can't fight them, so we got to fight somebody we fight ourselves. It's easy to explain. White people are to blame for everything. Not white people, white government, the American government is to blame for everything. It's not one thing they're not to blame of. All these murders that's happening is because white people orchestrated it. They made the conditions. That's why it's so many fucking black on black crime. It's white people fault. Bringing in truckloads of guns, bringing in cocaine to our communities. Oliver North, Reagan, Bill Clinton. The government plays both hands. They place the hands that give drugs and the hands that take away the fucking funding of it and arrest us. So they get paid for, so first of all, they get paid for letting it come in. They get paid for arresting people. And they get paid when they fucking impound, when they impound the houses, when they take the houses, the money and the drugs. They get all that. All that's profit for them too. For the police departments and shit. All this is orchestrated and incentivized. And they make a profit off our deaths. When we die, white morgues, white hospitals, white motherfucking grave sites. Took all the hospitals.
For the absence of fathers. Are you prepared to say black people are just genetically inclined to commit more crime? I doubt it. And the go-to reaction often is poverty and systemic racism. Here's the problem. 1940, when there was blatant racism. This is before Brown versus Board of Education, before the Civil Rights Act of 64. KKK was still alive and well. 87% of blacks lived under the poverty line. Now it's about 14%. You can't blame it on poverty. You can't blame it on racism. It is the breakdown of the nuclear intact family.
No, it's not. The blame is white supremacy. The blame is, check it out. In the 1940s, crime was lower. That was before Joe Biden made all these fucking crime bills. That was before crack cocaine. That was before heroin. That was before Vietnam. That was before a lot of shit. The war on poverty, the war on drugs. That was before a lot of shit. The 1940s was in the 1940s, we was doing better than everybody because at that time we was an island of hope in a sea of despair. White people everywhere was attacking us. Of course, we ain't that hostile against each other. Because we had to depend on each other more. What I did was open these fucking factories and spread us all out. You had us come for crumbs. So we divided, we dispersed. Some on the West Coast, some in New York, some in Connecticut, some in Ohio, some in Detroit. When the blacks, the Great Migration came, we all fucking split it. And what happened was it made us weaker in the South. Because we had more power in the South. We always stayed in the fucking South. But y'all gave us little fucking crumbs. And then y'all took all the fucking factories on white flight. And so all the suburbs that when we was doing good, the boomers was doing good, y'all shut it all down by white flight. Elder, you's a bitch. You's a weirdo. And nigga, I'm glad you didn't get elected to be a fucking president. No one's going to support your ass. You can't get $1 from nobody, dickhead.
Caused it with the welfare state, and our side does not talk about it because of your white family, and neither side is talking about it. The left doesn't talk about it because they caused it with the welfare state, and our side does not talk about it because if you're white, You'll be accused of dissing single moms who are heroically raising.
Nigga said our side. Don't talk about it. Motherfucker, our side. Motherfucker, you forgot whose side you on? You forgot where the fuck you from? Nigga, you ain't on their side. You on the wrong fucking side. Bozo.
These kids, or you'll be accused of being a racist, or if you're black, you'll be accused, as I was by the LA Times, of being the black face of white supremacy. Nobody's talking about that. I am.
What are the reasons, if your statistics are right, what are the reasons that you think fathers aren't in the home?
As I said, it's because in the mid-'60s, Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty.
This Lyndon Johnson?
But I've got to prove that it discriminates, and I can't prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there now than white folks.
White supremacy is the answer, you dickhead. The answer is always white supremacy. Every question is white supremacy. White supremacy really is white inferiority. These people are inferior. We're the supreme beings. That's why they keep us down. This nigga is black skin, white agenda. White supremacist, black face.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong?
They do everything wrong. They do everything wrong, Charlamagne. Everything. 100% everything's the blame of white supremacy, white people. Everything. Not white people, white supremacy, white government. Everything. But see, even though I'm saying white government is white supremacy, all white people benefit from white supremacy. Let's be fucking clear. Even the ones who speak against it benefits from it.
Larry Eld.
What do you mean, what do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
Motherfucker, you just quoted motherfucking all these, even white people are D-thirds worse than you just quoted white people. And you're going to do it again too, you fucking bedbuck.
If there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe?
He don't believe in systemic racism. He don't believe, so, but see, he's talking with two tongues. He know the government incentivized single mothers. He knows about slavery. Like, he knows these things. But yeah, he's playing fucking stupid. You know why? Because if it's narrative, I don't believe in that. No, I don't believe in white people. Ain't no white supremacy. No, ain't no systematic. But now he's complaining because he lost the fucking nominee thing for him to run for president.
As you can see, I'm at LAX en route to Milwaukee. I was just informed by the RNC that I'm not qualified for the debate. Why? Even though I exceeded the 40,000 individual donations required, even though I signed the pledge to support the eventual nominee, even though I submitted 3 polls where I was at least at 1%, I was informed that one of the polls is not eligible. It's the Rasmussen poll, even though it was the most accurate poll in predicting that Donald Trump would win in 2016. They say it is affiliated with Donald Trump and therefore it is not eligible. And I said to Ronna McDaniel, the chairwoman of the RNC, it's not affiliated with me. She said any poll affiliated with any candidate is not eligible. And no one told me that until just now. So we're filing an emergency injunction to get me up there. This is absolutely BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a commission to prospective donors to get other prospective donors. That apparently is okay. But I did it the old-fashioned way, asking people to support me by going to LarryElder.com, and that is not okay. And now all of a sudden, I'm not eligible. It is designed, in my opinion, to make sure that Ron DeSantis is the nominee. Anybody other than Trump. This is BS. I will see you in Milwaukee. Out.
Now he's saying it's unfair. Motherfucker, white supremacy is unfair, motherfucker. That's the point of them. They do shit that's unfair. No matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter because they can just change the rules. As we progress, he changes the rules every fucking time. On site. If they give us a list of rules and we do it too fast, well, it's not good enough. Do it over. This happened. You've got this. You've got this. That's what they do. Dummy.
If there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe there's
No, there
racism?
used to be, obviously.
Used to be. Motherfucker, when did it stop? When did it stop? Give me a date. Give me a time. Give me an era. Like, you don't gotta be a date. Give me a decade when it stopped. We'll wait, motherfucker.
Tell me what you think the number one systemic example of systemic racism is in America.
Mass incarceration, home loans, generational wealth. The schools are systematically not teaching kids how to read. They're fucking killing kids in the hospitals, abortion clinics, systematic music that's fucking up the youth. All this is systematic. All these are systems. All these things are performed by systems. Everything's performed by the system. Prison, schools, public housing, police in black communities, white people getting less time for the same exact crimes. White crime get ignored so much. The shit that they did, this is funny about white people is because if they're getting charged for it, you know they really did it because they get the most breaks. But the shit that they don't even get charged for is outlandish. Outlandish. We can't imagine the crimes that get swept in the rough for white people. Can't imagine. We get no breaks. All our shit is raw numbers. Their numbers, it's manipulated. It's controlled because they could throw a whole murder out. They could have a whole woman who killed her daughter just walk the fuck away. They could have a whole kid kill somebody who traveled across state with a fucking gun that wasn't legally, he was old enough to even have. That's a federal charge in itself. Kill 2 people and walk the fuck off. And only that, they will fund his fucking, the fucking public will give them millions of dollars to fight the case. They don't give an innocent nigga shit. Every day's an innocent man come home from fucking prison who didn't do it. Everything is systematic. How we eat, our water is systematic. The fucking, even they controlling the weather is systematic. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Them not letting us heal ourselves naturally systematic. They're not letting us go to Dr. Sebi without having a fucking license. It's systematic. What are you talking about? Them fucking telling us that fucking dairy is good for us. That fucking grain is good for us. That's systematic poisoning. It's brainwashing. It's lies. Carbs is fucking poison.
During the Great Depression, when 50% of black adults were unemployed, you didn't have this kind of mass incarceration.
Of course you didn't have it, Coon, because Joe Biden wasn't in office yet. There wasn't no fucking mass incarceration yet. There wasn't no crack cocaine yet. There wasn't no heroin yet. What are you talking about? There wasn't no projects yet in the 1940s. If there was projects, white people was in them. They was just starting to make the fucking suburbs. White people was committing crimes higher rates back then. The mafia was going to war back then. The Irish was going to war back then. What are you talking about? Charlamagne's a fucking idiot. He needs to be fired. He's not qualified to sit with nobody, talk about politics.
A happily married black man to a black woman, so I'm never going to argue with that part.
It's the breakdown of the family. There's
I'm not going to. I agree with the family part. I'm a black man who is a father to his children, and I'm a happily married black man to a black woman, so I'm never going to argue with that part.
Mm-hmm.
You're also a pedophile too, Charlamagne.
This girl real drunk, and
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had the fucking. They
sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like a lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna let you run the train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
if it's just one-on-one, it ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, she's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. Okay. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker.
That's a huge compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her.
Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends, it would have been rape. But
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish Fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but
was she passed out while you fucked her?
Me and Malika were alone for a while until the EMS got there. Like, we were by ourselves. It was just dark. And then I just remember sitting on the curb just crying.
This was fucking a 15-year-old girl. Remember that? What happened to that? How much dick you had to suck for that case to go away, Charlamagne? Didn't you Bill Cosby somebody, Charlamagne? Don't we forgot, Charlamagne? You don't represent us, Charlamagne. Step down, Charlamagne.
With that part, you know, but I just feel like everything is black with you. Black is wrong. Black people do this and black people do that. And when I asked you what white people do wrong, you said you're not worried about white people at all.
I'm talking about the damage, disproportionate damage going on in the black community. For example, look at these smash and grabs that are taking place in Los Angeles, where I live. There's a suburb called Glendale, where at a mall recently, a mob of 30 to 40 people, they had masks on, but one guy got popped. He was a black. And I think
accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
motherfucker, he was not black. He was a Latino.
We're seeing more and more flash mob robberies across Southern California. We've just learned Glendale police made their first arrest related to the Yves Saint Laurent flash mob burglary last week. Now the city of Los Angeles plans to crack down. Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel explains what police want you to do instead of videotaping the crime on your cell phone.
30 to 40 people rushed out and got away in cars, some which were unmarked. But the good news is today, Glendale police gave an update on what they've accomplished so far.
Glendale police detectives undertook an operation that saw us take into custody and execute a couple of those search warrants and one of its arrest warrants, ultimately taken into custody an individual by the name of Ivan Isaac Ramirez, a 23-year-old resident of the city of Los Angeles.
Black, and I think most of those who were doing this were black. And in recent years and times, there have been a number of these in places like Chicago, places like New York. If I were involved in something like that, Charlemagne, I grew up with a dad, just as you're raising your own children. I would have been more afraid of my father than I would about the cops catching me.
If you had a dad under good conditions, if you had a dad that smoked crack, you wouldn't give a fuck what your father think. If your dad was alcoholic, you don't give a fuck what you wouldn't scared of your father. See, it's not about having a father in the home. It's about having a good father in the home who can provide. It's about having a father having a good job, having a good education, having understanding, having fucking therapy. Y'all don't give us that. I know a bunch of niggas who have fathers in their home. Their father wasn't shit. They did cocaine, they did alcohol, and they was outside robbing people with me to eat. What are you talking about? It's not about father. It's about quality of father. It's about the quality of men that America produce. And America don't produce quality men.
These kids are afraid of neither. They don't have a father in the home. Cops are demoralized. They're pulling back. Their manpower is short. And as a result, you tell a bad guy you're less likely to be caught, convicted, incarcerated, crime goes up. They may be criminals, but they're not stupid.
Cops shouldn't be in black neighborhoods anyway. Why the fuck do we gotta pay for our own incarceration with our taxes? They ain't in white communities. And it's proven that white people do just as much crime and drugs as the people in the hood do. They sell drugs in the suburbs like they sell in the fucking hood. They rape and do murders and shit just like they do in the hood. Granted, it's spread it out. So they do other crimes. They drink and drive all the fucking time. They shoot heroin all day. They smoke crack all day. They do coke all day. They sell pussy all day. What are you talking about? They do different crimes. That's why they feel so fucking entitled.
When you say, what do white people do? I mean, this is a country that has struggled mightily to get over its historic racism. There was a civil war. There was a big civil rights movement. This is the only majority white country that's ever elected a black president, let alone re-elected a black president.
It never struggled to get rid of racism. Civil war wasn't about motherfucking slavery or racism. It was about taxation. The North was taxing the motherfucking South, so the South succeeded. It wasn't about slavery. It was about taxation. You fucking liar. The civil rights movement wasn't about motherfucking, it wasn't about giving us fucking justice. It was about we was burning this motherfucker down. Detroit, Chicago, LA, Watts. We was burning shit the fuck down. That's why we was pressure. We was pressure. And you know what? History is repeating itself. Because the more y'all take from us and the more y'all criminalize us, we're going to apply the same fucking pressure. But this time, it's a new generation. You have my generation. We came up under people like Monster Cody. They get some real niggas that do it now. See, back in the 60s, those was good old boys. Our grandparents, they was better than us. Those are good, honest, hardworking men. Y'all made a generation of monsters. Nigga, if we get unleashed, if we get mad, and we're smarter than our grandparents was. Way smarter. We communicate way more. It's a fucking problem. We'll burn this motherfucker down. See? White people are stupid. Treat us good, you get good results. We behave. Give us nothing. We have everything to gain, nothing to lose.
This is the only majority white country that's ever elected a black president, let alone re-elected a black president.
We never had a black president. Barack Obama was not black. He was East African, Kenyan, and white. He was related to other presidents. He was not black. He's not the first black president. He's the first maybe mixed president. He's the first African president. He's the first whatever, but he's not black American. When we say black American, when we say back in the 60s, when we said a person of color, that meant black American. Martin Luther King ain't know about no motherfucking Kenyan. No mixed breed. He ain't know about that shit. Only time people got mixed back then is when fucking whites rape a woman and the woman can get an abortion. Shit was rare. Or a white man would go, you know what I'm saying, fucking a black woman, then leave her, because white men are the original deadbeat fathers. They've been deadbeats since slavery. Fuck a slave, fuck the baby, sell the baby, fuck another slave, fuck all the slaves, get them all pregnant and sell all the babies. That's the original deadbeat. Been deadbeat since fucking 1619. Fuck it, since 1492. White man, the original deadbeats. Fucking, I got questions about our fatherhood. We do all the fuck we could. We face so many fucking struggles. Motherfucker, we go to jail for our kids. What you talking about? Nigga, we go to jail on them blocks trying to feed our fucking kids, selling that crack, or taking that risk, doing that lick to rob people.
This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? We need to feed our fucking families. Because y'all keep us out of the motherfucking real money. Our wealth is the same as it is today as it was during fucking slavery. What changed? Ain't nothing changed.
The three biggest cities in America are New York, Chicago, LA. They all have black mayors, even though no city has a majority of black population. He didn't say the three largest cities would have black mayors, and they do.
So what, they got black mayors? Those black mayors have to answer to white people. It's white higher-ups. Those are just puppets in positions. Black faces in high places. The real higher-ups and people who got answer to aren't black Americans. They answer to white people, because it's a white system. Ain't like it's a whole competing black system with a white system. That's what we want. We have to participate within the system, which is a white system. We want our own system, which is a black system to compete the white system, because a black system will be built on justice and righteousness. This shit is based on wickedness, lies, deception, rape, slavery, murder, stolen fucking legacy, stolen goods, stolen ideas. That's the system we under.
A year's time. Do the math. Right on cue, Barack Obama elected 2008. He didn't say there'll be a black female president of Harvard, and there has been.
A black female? The bitch is a Haitian. It's not a black female. She's not black American. This is why we're delineating. Because when you say black, it's misleading. What type of black we talking about? If you gonna say black, say what type of black. If it ain't black American, it ain't black. Barack Obama's not black. He ain't the first black president. He's fucking Kenyan and fucking white.
At that point, I can feel that I've reached the mountaintop, which is the speech he gave right before he got assassinated the day before. And now we act as if Barack Obama never even got elected. And we're still talking about systemic racism. It's not fair. It's wrong. And you're discouraging.
He didn't say a fucking Kenyan. He didn't say a mulatto. He didn't say a mixed breed. He said in 40 years, it'll be a black president. Prophecy denied. Never came true. There was not one black American. I'm talking about black on all sides, black American. Now a mixed black. I'm talking about pure black American. There was never a black American. He had a fucking dream that never came true. Martin Luther King's dream never came true. That bitch is Haitian. She's not black. If it ain't black American all the way through, it don't fucking count. There shouldn't be no Haitians in high positions. There should be no Jamaicans, no Caribbeans, no Africans, because they ain't fight for us. I mean, some Jamaicans did fight for us, you know. But fuck them. Go fight for your own country. There should be no Haitians, Jamaicans, Africans in high positions without it being 10 black people first. It's our fight. Why the fuck is other people cutting the fucking line?
The three largest cities will have black mayors, and they do.
Chicago, New York, and fucking Los Angeles. Democratic cities where fucking immigrants get all the benefits. Fucking Mexicans, fucking Caribbeans, Latin Americans are getting all the benefits in these fucking black mayor towns, mayor cities. The fuck is good as that? It means nothing. They don't work for the benefit of black people.
And now we act as if Barack Obama never even got elected. And we're still talking about systemic racism. It's not fair. It's wrong. And you're discouraging black people from working hard.
Why the fuck we gotta work hard? Why the fuck have we been working hard since fucking 1619? We gotta fuck working hard. We working smarter. We ain't working hard no fucking more. Fuck this country. We ain't working hard for this fucking country. Working hard don't get nobody rich. Work hard for minimum wage. You don't get rich from that. What are you talking about? We ain't promoting fucking working hard. We promoting getting to the bag as easy as we could. We ain't here to fucking work. We ain't here to be fucking slaves. Work for who? Work for who? To build who empire? Other people empire? White people empire? They franchises and shit? To buy from immigrants? To buy gas from fucking Indians and Arabs? To fucking pay Indians for hotels? Work hard or what? Work hard for what? To pay taxes to send white kids to school? Work hard for what? So y'all can let immigrants in, compete with us? Work hard for what? So y'all can fucking take everything we own and burn it the fuck down? Work hard for what? So y'all can lie on us and take everything we possess? Work hard for what? So y'all can get jealous of us and come take what we own based on nothing because you just make a false claim? Work hard for what? So you can steal our ideas? So you can benefit from our fucking hard work? Fuck that. We ain't working hard.
1990s.
Okay. Mr. Elder, quick question. So the question is, you said that the system encouraged Black women to be single mothers, correct?
I said the welfare state, yes.
The welfare, the system. So who's in charge of the system?
The system or the welfare state all means white supremacy. Like, why we gotta call it, all this synonyms is stupid. Let's call it what it is. It's white supremacy. All the fuck it is.
Who was in charge of the system?
Well, it was Democrats that passed it.
Motherfucker, this is say white people. White government, motherfucker. White government, motherfucker. This motherfucker scared to say white supremacy. Because all that ass and you ain't even get elected. Gave you the boot. Nobody fuck with you. I'm telling you, blacks don't fuck with you, whites don't fuck with you, but whites will parade you around as you're a token. It's not gonna work. You too old. And from this point on, man, I see it like this. If you an old nigga, Malcolm X age, Martin Luther King age, you ain't dead, you a fucking informer, you a spy, you a rotten motherfucker. Everybody who was real died, got killed. Why are you still here? We don't fuck with you. This is our gang. Our gang is rep gang. Rep gang, reparations gang. Representative gang. We representing around this motherfucker. You not one of us. You not a rep. You not our gang.
And who were Democrats? Were they black or white at that time?
Well, at the time, majority of black people were Democrats, as the majority of black people are Democrats now.
Not the voters. I'm talking about the system. Remember, the main idea is the word system. Who was in charge of the system at the time? The Democrats at the time. The system. I'm just going to Charlamagne's point about white or black. Was it white Democrats in charge of the system or black Democrats in charge of the system?
Well, if you're prepared to say that Lyndon Johnson did this viciously with an intent to destroy the black family, I disagree. He did it with the best of intentions.
You disagree with this motherfucker?
But I've got to prove that it discriminates, and I can't prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there now than white folks.
He had good intentions?
There are more niggers voting there now than white folks.
Just a simple question, white or black?
Well, you didn't have to go on welfare unless you voluntarily chose to go on welfare. The inducement.
Right. You didn't have to. As you said, it was incentivized. People tend to go with things that's being incentivized because you're paying them. It's rewarded. So you're right. You don't got to go. You incentivize them. You said it yourself. They was incentivized. People do things to be incentivized. Incentivision means reward. It means bonuses. It means it's like a free giveaway. Free shelter. I ain't got to work for it. You giving me money. I ain't got to get a job to feed my kids. What are you talking about? That's a fucking deal. That's like the fucking suburbs was incentivized for white people. They all took it. I'm sure there was all racist, but it was a white supremacist play. It was a racist play. They all benefit from. What are you talking about? I don't like this. I don't like him.
It was put there by Democrats, by the left.
Correct. Okay. White Democrats.
Well, most black people were Democrats, and they voted for these white people.
Not
too.
voters. I said who's in charge of the system.
Well, who puts them in charge?
Was Lyndon Johnson white or black?
Who puts them in charge?
Maybe that'll help you.
Fine. Lyndon Johnson was white.
Just say white people. Democrats are white people. But Democrats, you act like Democrats are different from white supremacy. Democrat Republicans all white supremacy. Say that, you dickhead.
Thank you.
Okay, but if your argument is that the reason he did it is because of racism, then I disagree. He did it.
So you saying Lyndon Johnson wasn't a racist?
You can say that they can't discriminate, but I've got to prove that it discriminates, and I can't prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there now than white folks.
This nigga right here?
Prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there now than white folks.
This nigga?
More niggers voting there now than white folks.
Not a racist. And yo, I see a bunch of comments and a bunch of other content creators posts. Oh, y'all can eat the dicks. All y'all conservative content creators, y'all can eat the big dicks. I don't fuck with none of you. I don't fuck with none of you conservatives, all fucking liberals. Fuck all y'all can eat the dicks. None of y'all my ally. None of y'all allies are black American.
That's not my argument. I just asked you a simple question. Was he white or black? Charlamagne?
And you know, Mr. Elder, you said, you talked about the smash and grabs, right? And
Hold up. This smash and grab? Wait, hold up. This smash and grab by this Latino immigrant that he said was black American, that he believed all of them was black. This immigrant, this smash and grab?
That's interesting because, you know, when you see the mass shootings that happen, majority of those people are white males. What do you think about that?
Actually, if you look at the percentage of whites in America, which is 60%.
White people are not 60% of the population. If you Google Anglo-Saxon which is the real white people, there's about 25 million of them. They count Latinos as white. They count Africans as white. They count fucking Middle Easterns as white. Indians is white. Everyone is white except for Black Americans. Afro-Latinos say they white. See, white is not a real thing. So you can identify as white, and that fucks the numbers up. That don't mean you white to identify as white. It's just on the census it says you white. It gets a false number. Like black. Black is a false number because Africans and Jamaicans are not black. So though we seem like we overrepresented in crime, we take away them, the crime goes down because they're not us. They're not in our group. But since they add them in our group, their crimes get counted with ours and looks worse than what we really are. As opposed to whites, it's really less whites. It's really like, whites are probably like 17% of the population. But they do 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of certain crimes. White people is a small population. Not a lot of white people here, man. Especially full whites. They count mixed people as white. I got a homegirl. I asked her, bitch, would you identify on your birth certificate? She said she don't know. Bitch, you white. Your mom is white. So, check this out, right? Mulatto kids identify as white on the birth certificate. They don't put black. Their parents don't put black. They put white. Latinos, African, everyone is white. Everyone can put white. We don't. See? That numbers lie. 60% of Americans are white Americans. So Indians are white from India. Iraq, people from Iraq identify as white. People from Lebanon identify as white. Egyptians are considered white. Moroccans are considered white. Mexicans are considered white. Puerto Ricans are considered white. Fucking Colombians are considered white. All these people are considered white. All these ethnic groups considered white. It's all fake. The numbers is a fucking lie. So that's not a good point to prove. Dickhead. Go croak.
The percentage of mass shooters is under that. The percentage of people that commit hate crime is under that. The percentage of people who are serial killers is under that. Black people are 13% of the population. We commit a greater percentage compared to that.
Black Americans don't commit hate crimes. We don't do it. We get charged for it, but we won't commit hate crimes. We won't say, oh, they white, we're going to do this. Or they Asians, we're going to do it. Now, that shit is fake. Anybody, if we rob them, motherfuckers, anybody going to get, that's not a hate crime. That's an opportunity crime. That's a fucking, what's it called? A financial crime. We rob them to eat. White people, racists, white supremacists, kill people because they skin color, because they black. They buy them synagogues because they're Jewish. You know, Jewish are white too, but they play both sides. They play, we're not white, they play we white when it's convenient. But race crimes towards Jews are not by Black Americans. That's by white people. Race crimes against Asians are not done by Black people. It's done by motherfucking white people. White men kill more Asian women than anybody. White men kill more Black men than anybody. So what? So police killings don't count? Well, that don't count? We got bombed us in 80, 84, 85, that ain't count? That don't count? That don't count when you got killers with all this fucking food? That don't count as murder? When you kill, how about the black babies? You don't count the black fucking, you don't count that? Abortion is done by white people. Planned Parenthood is a white institution. Eugenics is a white institution that kills blacks and minorities. I don't like saying minorities. I don't like people of color. But it's the truth. See, numbers lie.
But you specifically talked about the smash and grabs, though. So I was saying, since you're using that as an example, I'm saying, well, what about, the mass shooters that are usually white males?
One more time. They are usually white males because 60% of the country is white. However, they underrepresent in terms of the number of mass shootings. About 50% or so of the mass shootings in this country are committed by white people, even though white people are 60% of the population. They underrepresent. We overrepresent when it comes to hate crime, when it comes to mass shootings, when it comes to serial killings.
Motherfucker, who else is doing a serial killing? Motherfucker, okay, it was a few black serial killers. Who we learn that shit from? Motherfucker, we learn shit from white people. That's it. Motherfucker, they're doing shit since Jack the Ripper. They're doing shit. That's why people do the serial kill. The fuck?
People are 13% of the population. We commit a greater percentage compared to that.
No, you
mass
specifically
shootings.
talked about the smash. that as an example. I'm saying, well, what about, the mass shooters that are usually white males?
One more time, they are usually white males because 60% of the country is white. However,
No, it is not. And all the school shooters are white. How about school shootings? Are blacks overrepresented in school shootings? Shut the fuck up, bozo.